Hey everyone, welcome to my weight loss journey here at VSG. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm just going to come in for a little bit. I want to talk about stalls, which I'm currently in, unfortunately. And then I want to address a question I had in one of my comments on the videos, which is how much do you weigh yourself? So let's address both those issues because they are totally related to each other. Let's get started. Let us talk about stalls, people. I have been in one ever since I started pureed diet after the second week for me. One thing is everybody's diet's different, so don't go by what I say, go by what your surgeon says. But that was week 2 for me. After the second week, I could start pureed, and that's when I stalled out. And I stalled out. And I stalled out, and I stalled out. And I'm still in that stall, although I have lost a couple pounds. It's still pretty much a stall. In fact, I got so worried because I'm in week 5. That was week 2. That's 3 weeks of a stall. That this last week, I went into my dietitian. I wanted her to look at my diet because maybe I was doing something wrong. But as you guys all know, at this point, I'm only on soft foods phase right now. So the name of the game is protein, protein, protein. So that's like all I'm eating pretty much. So my dietitian looked over everything. She said, well, you're doing exactly everything that you're supposed to be doing. You're getting all your protein in, and you're not eating crap you're not supposed to be eating. And so she was a little stumped, except she did say that she didn't think that I was eating enough calories. My calorie total has been within 650, pretty much around 650 at this point in the game. Believe me, no one has ever accused me of not eating enough. So she said for me, now this may be different for everyone, although I did a bunch of research to add about 200 calories. And online it says you should be shooting, first of all, for 800 calories, and then 1,000, and then 1,200 should be your stopping total. Well, 650 means that my body must think that I'm in starvation mode. Now, getting an extra 200 calories seems almost impossible to me because all I ever do is think about food and what I'm supposed to eat and when I'm supposed to eat it. And every 2 to 3 hours, my stomach is growling with hunger. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying. And also, she also wanted me to up my protein a little bit. I was getting around 70 grams, and I'm supposed to be around 95 for my current weight. So I have upped my protein, and that's been okay. I don't like the protein shake, so I can't do that. I'm trying to do it through food, although I do drink protein water. So my protein's okay now. I'm working on getting my calories up. It's tough because I can only eat about a half a cup of food, and that's like 4 ounces at a meal. And so I'm supposed to be trying to, it's different for everybody, but I'm supposed to be egging it up to like 6 ounces and then to 8 ounces. I don't think I'm there yet. And she actually said you're pretty normal with other people. But I also lost 63 pounds before I had surgery, and she thinks that might be playing into it. So if you're in a stall, I don't think it's forever. I mean, I hope not, because at 5 weeks, if all I've lost is 22 pounds, this was not worth doing the surgery on. But here's what I learned online, researching a whole bunch, and not on Facebook groups because I don't trust the information there. This was from actual doctors in bariatric programs. And they say, number one, you're not in a stall if you take your measurements and your measurements are down. And since I've been in a stall for 3 weeks, I heard somebody say you should start taking measurements. So I did. Like from last week and the week before, I lost 8 inches. So that's not a stall if you're losing inches. And then the other research, just if you're in a stall, and you might want to know this, it's called the fat whoosh. And basically what happens is as your fat cells lose fat, your body's like, whoa, we don't want to lose that fat. And I know there's more coming down the pike. So we're going to replace that fat in that cell with water and hope that when the fat comes back in, then we'll get rid of the water and we'll throw the fat in there. But the thing is, we're not doing that because we have so few calories. The fat's never coming back in. Now, the reason, like I'm almost down 3 sizes since surgery. And even though I'm in this big stall. And I found out that the reason for that is those fat cells that soak in that water and are holding onto it tight because they don't want to give anything up. Well, apparently fat weighs more than water does. So that water that's being stored in those old fat cells are weighing more than the fat that's gone out of your cells. And so when your body reaches the point that it's okay releasing those and realizing, look, we're not going to get any more fat in that fat cell, then that water should all come off you. And so then basically it's like water retention. And when that water gets out of those cells, then you will see a drop. And I saw that on more than one site about the whole idea that water weighs more than fat. So within those cells, if it's holding water instead of fat, that's why your weight's not changing, even though your measurements are changing. That kind of makes sense to me. And I also find that pretty reassuring too, because, you know, this plays major mind tricks with you. It has with me, because I'm thinking, like, why did I go through all this surgery and all this retraining of myself and the food that we're eating that's not that great right now? If I'm not losing weight, I was losing more weight before the surgery. But then I'm also thinking, okay, let's do the math here. It's been 5 weeks in surgery and I've lost 21 pounds. That's nothing to sneeze at. And it's not like some people say they've lost 35 pounds or 40 pounds. But a lot of those people weren't trying to eat right before the surgery. For 6 months before my surgery, I was really following, like I was around 1,200 calorie diet. I was losing consistently and eating great. And so I was already on the program when the surgery hit. And so I didn't have a big bulk of stuff to come out right at the beginning. So if you're a true stall, then would be if you're taking your measurements don't change and your weight doesn't change, then you've got a problem and you're in a stall. Okay, so the other big issue I want to talk about is what a person left in one of my comments on one of my other videos. And that was, they were asking me how much I weigh myself, because they were saying they're like addicted to their scale now that they've had the surgery, waiting and watching, because the first 2 weeks of your surgery, like every day you're down weight, and it's just like, boing, it's wonderful. And then for me, then I hit that stall and it's like, oh God. Then I weighed myself for a few days straight. I was like, I am driving myself crazy. And I'm capable of driving myself crazy. Let me just tell you that. I'm definitely not going to weigh myself every day because it's just going to drive you crazy. And when I come on here next time, I'll say whether I weighed myself every day or if I really did put the scale away and didn't do it. But it's like an addiction, isn't it? Like, can you guys relate? Can I get an amen on that? Okay, so all in all, it was a little bit of a frustrating week. I'm glad I talked to my dietitian because she at least told me that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be. And I'm working hard at bumping up another 200 calories. By the way, no one in my life has ever told me to eat more, so, okay. That's got to be a plus, I guess, in a weird sort of way. And I feel so much better since the surgery, just because, you know, we're on basically a keto diet, at least until we're out of, at least for me, my food phases are going to be in place until week 8. So that's 2 months. We're in keto at least till then, and who knows after that if we stay in keto or not. That's pretty much up to us. So I'm eating very low carbs, but eating tons of protein like you are. Okay, so comment below if you have comments about this and stalling and the stupid scale that we all live and die for. And if you're taking measurements, take measurements, people. That's it for today. I'm going to let you go, and I'll be pop back in when I have more information. I'm going to try to do these about once a week, though. So have a good week, everybody. I will be in touch soon. Bye.